Good morning, Warzone kids. You hear a lot about memories, recovered memories, lost memories. That's what's on my mind this morning. I'm a Warzone kid. That's my term for those of us like myself whose childhoods were more like a hostile war zone against our psyche and less like a supportive nursery where you can grow you a hothouse orchid. I'm a child sex abuse survivor. As an adult, I live with borderline personality disorder. I'm a recovering addict and bulimic. And your war zone may have been like that. Your war zone may have been a lot of physical harm, emotional harm like mine, psychological harm like mine, societal, gender, racial, religious harm. May have been an actual war zone. I don't know. But if you're a war zone kid, you can probably identify with what I'm talking about. And, you know, a lot of people have what they call recovered memories. You hear a lot about this. Adults that remember events of their childhood slowly over a period of time. And for a lot of people who are not war zone kids, if this is not part of your experience, it can be difficult to believe. You're like, how can you not remember that? You know? Well, all I can tell you is just assume for the sake of argument, as a mental experiment, assume it's true. Imagine that. Imagine that you could have a life where the most important, the most elemental, the most formative, the most traumatizing relationships and experiences that have formed your psyche, that have formed the Jenga tower of your psyche, that you live with your entire life, are hidden from you, were hidden from you. Like the hidden room in a castle where all the books are. And you got to go up and grab a sconce next to the fireplace and twist it. And then that unlocks a door that opens the room where all the books are. The family records, the grimoire, the magical spells, the incantations, the secrets are all in that room. That's what it can feel like. Imagine that. Imagine living a whole life in that castle, never knowing that there's a room in that castle that's bigger than the whole rest of the castle combined that you didn't even know was there. And then one day stumbling across it and finding that door open. I think that many of you can relate to that. And you ask yourself, what was I doing all those years? How did I live in that castle for all those years? Not even realizing that what I was living in was like the foyer, the sitting room, the drawing room of the castle, the entryway. And I didn't even know that there was a whole floors and wings of the castle that I didn't even know about. How did I even live while all that was happening? Think of that. If this is your experience, maybe you can relate. I did not particularly have a big dose of that experience, but I'm very familiar with the idea and the feeling of wanting to solve the mystery of my past. Want to get in that room and read all those books to solve the mystery of the past. When I was a kid, I used to love Encyclopedia Brown. They had these little mysteries. Bugs Meany was always doing something that Encyclopedia Brown didn't like. Who was Encyclopedia Brown's girlfriend? Sally? Maybe? I can't remember. But I'm very familiar with looking at my past like it's an Encyclopedia Brown mystery. If I could solve the riddle of my past, I'd be happy. If I could get in that room and solve the mysteries that I read in those books in that secret room in the castle, I would know who did it. The butler did it in the study with a lead pipe. Your father did it in the bedroom with his demented psyche. Your mother did it in the hallway with her forked tongue. Is that what the mystery would be like? A big game of Clue? I don't know what drives us to want to solve the mystery of the past. I take that back. I think I do know. I think that I have felt driven to solve the mystery of the past because I think that will be the key that will unlock my happiness in the present, if I had to put words on it. But it's not really an experience of words, it's an experience of a drive. You just have a drive to solve the past. I know that feeling. I've lived in that feeling for a long time. And at some point, many people have the experience of thinking, I'm never going to know if these are all the memories that I have. I'm never going to know what I don't remember. How can you know what you don't remember? How can you know if you've remembered everything? And if I want to live my life trying to solve the Encyclopedia Brown mystery, but page 3 is missing out of the book, and I turn to the back of the book, and the solution has got stains on it, and I can't read it, and I can't find another copy of that book, that's a tormenting experience. I'm never going to know. How did Bugs Meany do it? I don't know. Well, what do you do then? What do you do when you know that you're just never going to be able to solve the mystery of your past? You can get in that room that you unlocked in your mind that came open one day, and you can read all the books that are in there. And you know what you're left with at the end of that? You're left with yourself in the present moment, living your life. That's also what you had when you started. Yourself in this present moment, living your life right here and now today. When I see in my Encyclopedia Brown mystery that page 3 is missing, and the last page has SpaghettiOs spilled on it, and I can't make out how Bugs Meany did it, or maybe it was his pal, I'm still right where I was when I started. My life in the present moment, sitting on my couch, wondering why I'm reading an Encyclopedia Brown book when I'm 51 years old. My situation hadn't changed a bit, except I have the dream that if only I could find page 3, if only I could scrub those SpaghettiOs off the solution page and find out how Bugs Meany did it, then I'd be happy. Then I would have the answers. And I have the feeling that if I had the answers, I'd be happy. I'd be able to live my life. Well, Pilgrim, this is just what this guy thinks. I think the solution to the mystery is right there in front of your face. You are the missing page 3. Your life in the present moment, right now, right here and now, eating your oatmeal, driving to work, listening to this in your headphones. You, in the present moment, right here and now, you are the missing page 3. And you are the solution page at the end of the book. You and your life right here in the present moment is the solution to the mystery. Living your life just exactly as it is. And sitting with yourself in the full, beautiful, painful, tormented, blessed actuality of your life today, right here and now, right here and now while you're watching this. You are the solution to your own mystery. That's it. There's page 3 for you. Bugs Meany did it in the truck on his way to work. That's the only mystery there is. How do I live my life right here and now? That's what's on my mind this morning, boys and girls. It is a beautiful day on the trail to the Western Lands. The sky is slate gray, mottled, darker and lighter. The road is velvety and smooth and damp. Rosy-fingered dawn is coming up over those mountains back there. It's 34 degrees on the Vermont section of the trail to the Western Lands. We got a lot of miles to walk today, Pilgrim. I want to hear your story. Tell me all about it, but let's get a move on. Daylight's burning.